We do want to start this hour here with breaking news out of El Cajon. That's where all westbound lanes of Interstate 8 are now back open. They were closed for some time, though, after a crash and a death investigation prompted CHP to shut down the interstate about 8:30 last night. So this was all near Mollison Avenue. We're told there was a crash involving a truck. One person is now dead. We're still waiting for details about that person, their identity. The CHP does say officers found a gun there and a shell casing near the truck. They're still working to determine what led up to the crash.
The rain's coming on Thursday. They're not prepared.
What else can I lose, you know? Like, I already lost everything. Like, there's nothing else.
Right now, frustration and anxiety is peaking for many in the hard-hit Southcrest community as another storm heads its way toward the county here. Thanks for joining us at 6 a.m. on this Wednesday. I'm Eric Connert.
And I'm Neda Irampour. And of course, for many people, they're worried about the rain that's coming. Right now, preparations are underway all around San Diego County. We have team coverage for you to help you prepare. CBS 8's Chris Quo live in Spring Valley as Supervisor Nora Vargas calls for a day of service today to help everyone impacted by last week's atmospheric river. CBS 8's Regina Yorita live in Mountain View working for you to help you get ready for the upcoming storm. But first, we're going to send it over to CBS 8 meteorologist Evan Irani. You've been tracking the conditions. Evan, what can we expect here?
The final day of dry weather is what we can expect for today. And then early tomorrow is our first of two storms to arrive back to back in Southern California. First one's going to bring us 1 to 2 inches. Second one's going to bring us likely heavier accumulations than that, but still pretty far out to pin down specifics. We start off with fog, mainly around the South Bay up through downtown San Diego, so watch out for some reduced visibility. Temperatures are sliding this afternoon to the 60s as opposed to the widespread 70s that we were working with over the last several days. So we'll have AM clouds, PM sun, but it looks like by the PM hours we'll still have those clouds building with more intensity than what we saw over the last several days. Temperatures will cool. Showers begin tomorrow. Thursday, Friday is the first wave. We get a break for Saturday and Sunday. Second storm will arrive Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So with this next storm headed our way, city and county leaders, of course, want people to be prepared. This as everyone is dealing with the devastating impacts of last week's storm. CBS 8's Regina Yorita is live now in Mountain View, an area that saw massive flooding just over a week ago. Regina, how are people preparing ahead of this rain?
Yeah, good morning, Evan. And I can tell you that the best thing we can do is really prepare for the next rainstorm that's supposed to hit our region, and it's expected to hit tomorrow. So there are a couple tips, some information that can be useful for you. So first, it's better to protect your home and property by getting free sandbags. And yesterday, the city actually had 10 different locations where you can go to. They'll have them at the recreational center, and they'll do that today as well. So you should also try to create or review your own family disaster plan, register your cell phones for emergency alerts, make an evacuation go kit and a shelter in place stay kit. Practice evacuating with your family and have contingency plans for different times of the day, such as an emergency while some family members are at work or school. As for your pets, they're part of your family too, so make sure that they're microchipped and you have evacuation items for them as well, including crates for small pets. So back out here, as Evan just mentioned a few minutes ago, Mountain View is just one of the neighborhoods that was significantly impacted by last week's rainstorm. So this is just a couple tips that we can do to help prepare. I know that a flood is a concern, so these are just some tips to really prepare as you need to evacuate if that's a possibility for tomorrow. So that's the latest here in Mountain View. I'll send things back to you guys.
Regina, thank you. And right now, many residents in the hard-hit Southcrest community are now demanding action by local leaders as they continue to clean up the devastation that was left behind by last week's flood.
So last night, as you see right here, this big group getting together, they're sharing resources, any information they have, but also fears as this next storm threatens the possibility of more flooding by tomorrow. Among these residents, longtime resident Karina Bryant, whose home was completely flooded out.
I don't really have the money to start rebuilding all my life again. All my life savings were invested in this house.
And you see what's left, right, of her house. They had to take apart the walls there and take everything out. We do have more information on all the resources that are available by those many families who've been impacted. You can go to our website, cbs8.com, click on the help button.
And this morning we have some safety tips you can follow in the event of a flood. They're right here. Evacuate immediately if you're told to evacuate or if you feel unsafe. Don't walk, swim, or drive through the floodwaters. Get to the highest level if you're ever trapped in a building.
And remember, you can keep up to the latest weather conditions and alerts on the go by downloading our free CBS 8 app from Google Play or the Apple App Store. And now, as San Diegans prepare for this new storm, it does come as many are still, of course, recovering from last week's atmospheric river. The San Diego County Board of Supervisors approved last night to spend $10 million to assist in these recovery efforts. Also approved an eviction moratorium and a resolution vowing to rebuild damaged buildings. The eviction moratorium applies to people in flooded neighborhoods. The moratorium prohibits residential evictions without just cause and prevents landlords from increasing rent in certain areas for the next 60 days.
Tenants who are being impacted just generally by the flood, what they should do is demand in writing that the landlord make the repairs and provide alternative housing.
You can visit alertsandiego.org or call 211 to get more details on this.
While some people have had to worry about eviction fears, some homeowners are being targeted by house flippers. People living on Beta Street in Southcrest say flippers are approaching people in neighborhoods hoping to cash in on their misfortune. Gerardo Hernandez says 2 people have been going door to door making lowball offers. Home prices in the area can range from $600,000 to $700,000. The flippers' offers aren't even close.
They were offering $100,000 to neighbors. It's not right. It's not right what they were just doing. Tuesday after the flood, they were out here in the morning. Couldn't believe it.
Wow, that's just unfortunate to hear. San Diego Association of Realtors warns people to avoid making rash decisions. They say while flipping homes may benefit some who need a quick sale, it is important to make sure you are not being taken advantage of.
Yeah, the value's still a lot more than that property. Right now, County Supervisor Chair Nora Vargas asking San Diegans to help each other out to get through the flood recovery together.
Today, she is calling for a day of service. And CBS 8's Chris Groh live in Spring Valley with several ways we can all help out here today. Chris?
Yeah, good morning. It's really easy, guys. I just went on Walmart.com to check out some of the prices of some of these items that they're asking for, and it really is as easy as maybe even just $20 or $30. Again, Huggies diapers, you can buy a 76 count pack for about $23. You could buy pillows for about $25. So these are just even some of the items where you're talking about $20 to $30 a pack, but they're also asking for items like hand sanitizer, soap, lower priced items. So again, it doesn't take a whole lot to try to make a difference, especially when you're talking about several people making those donations of those $20 to $30 items. And so that's what they're asking for today. Today was supposed to be the State of the County address, and today it's been deemed the day of service. And so not only are they asking for petting, pet supplies, diapers, things like that, but they're also asking for underwear, equipment, plastic storage bins, also some bigger items like shovels, sandbags, power washers. Now, of course, what we are looking at today here is just what is happening in Spring Valley. This is the library. There will be other locations that will be set up for that. In fact, take a look at your screen right now. The Sherman Heights Community Center in San Diego off Island Ave, the Jackie Robinson Family YMCA in San Diego, as well as the National City Family Resource Center. These will all be taking today these items. They are asking for them to be new and unused so that they can, of course, try to help out some of these folks and get these distributed to these flood survivors, especially as we anticipate more bad weather here in the near future. Now, as for cash, in addition to this day of service, people can also make financial donations. There is a fund that has been set up by the county as well as the San Diego Foundation. The foundation is going to match donations up to $100,000. So again, putting money also out there as well, too. So if you don't have time to stop by one of these locations, you can also donate cash, your money. Just go to cbs8.com to find out more information. Eric and Neto.
Chris, thanks for that. CBS 8 is partnering with the Salvation Army for a relief drive today. The phones will be open from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. and we will be there live on our newscasts, or you can donate now at the QR code on your screen. All the money raised will stay right here in San Diego.
I mean, we just heard from that woman who has nothing left, right?
Right.
So there's any little bit can go a long way. Just think about the items you may take for granted on your daily routine. They don't have that.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely. This has been devastating, and they've been trying to clean up all week here, but word of another storm here
Right.
Yeah.
that could hamper those efforts.
2 back-to-back storms coming our way. At least we get a little bit of a break for the weekend, the upcoming weekend, but these are going to be 2 pretty decent storms coming our way. First one impacting us Thursday, Friday. Second one Monday through Wednesday of next week. So that's why we are fortunate now to see that clear distinction. Previously, some models had that rain for the first storm lingering through Saturday, the second storm arriving on Sunday. There was going to be almost no break in between. Models have adjusted now. Saturday and Sunday both look like dry days for San Diego County. First wave is likely to be less impactful than the second wave. So this first wave is going to be tomorrow, starting up mainly through the early morning hours, continuing through Friday, and then that second wave is going to come for early next week. So again, 2 separate back-to-back rainstorms with snow over the mountaintops coming alongside plenty of wind and high surf as well. Today, 70 degrees in some spots along your inland valleys. Closer to the coastline, mainly mid-60s with AM clouds. There's some fog out there affecting us. Temperatures slide significantly for Thursday and for Friday, warming up just a bit into Saturday and Sunday. Here's the center of low pressure. It's way up to the north of us, going to keep moving south. We've got rain affecting the Pacific Northwest all the way down through about the San Francisco area, and then this center of precipitation is going to start to move farther south throughout the day, and then of course overnight in particular. Our rain does not begin for a full 24 hours from now. It's about 6 a.m. tomorrow that we'll start to watch those bands of showers move on shore. How much rain are we expecting with this first wave? Here's what models suggest. 1 to 2 inches is the general estimate. Now, there are a couple spots that lean a little bit on the heavier side. Alpine, for example, 1.9 inches, very, very close to that 2-inch higher end. There are some spots that favor that. So could there be some localized heavier accumulations closer to maybe 2.5 inches? There's the chance of that, but the majority of us look to be between 1 and 2 inches. That is less than what we saw 1 week ago. Snow across the mountains, 2 to 3 inches for Palomar Mountain, 2 inches for Mount Laguna, about a dusting all the way up to maybe 1 inch for Julian, and that's going to be for elevations above 4,500 feet. More on this in just a few minutes. Let's take a look at traffic. So far, your roads are pretty quiet as we kick off the morning. We have fog affecting your South Bay communities up through downtown, so a good idea as we start off the morning to take it slower in those spots where visibility is reduced. San Ysidro Port of Entry, if you're making your way across the border, 130-minute wait, over 2 hours it's going to take you. Otay Mesa Port of Entry going to run you about 1 hour and 25 minutes or so. Back to you.
Evan, thank you very much for that. And now a new development coming out of Jordan, how President Joe Biden is now planning on responding after 3 U.S. soldiers were killed in a drone attack.
Plus, how a major storm is impacting Northern California right now. And new requirements to join the Navy. What you no longer need, next.